The results from the 2025 admission cycle are in, and guys, this one was a bloodbath. Easily the hardest admission cycle I have ever seen. There were students with profiles that last year would have easily gotten them into multiple Ivy League schools that this time were shut out entirely. So I want to take a moment to look at a couple trends that I've noticed from this cycle so that you guys can know what to do differently when you're applying in the next few years. The number one thing that helped my clients get accepted this cycle was real world experience in the area they were hoping to study in college. So for example, I had a client who wanted to study international relations in college. And for many years before she applied to college, she had done internships at the UN in New York City. And that gave her a wealth of relevant experience and topics that we were able to develop in her essays and application. That told admissions officers that she'd be a great fit for the specific program she was applying to. And it's one of the things that helped her get into Stanford, Penn, and Brown. The second thing that changed in a really big way this cycle was that test scores really did matter, even for the schools that didn't say they required them. See, in the past few years, it was possible for some students to get into Ivy League and other elite schools even without sending in their test scores. Under test optional, you could just write a good essay, and depending on the application, they would sometimes accept you. However, in this cycle, things were different. The students who actually submitted test scores had a ridiculously higher rate of acceptance across the board than students who didn't send them at all. And this is showing the fact that the COVID leniency that normally was okay with you not sending those scores is going away. And finally, there was a huge bias this cycle against what I like to call the TikTokification of college essays. So you guys may have noticed that in the past few cycles, there have been a ton of college essays that go viral on TikTok because they're really well written, and honestly because people don't even believe that that kind of an essay would get somebody into a school like Harvard. But that's not a good essay for you to emulate when you go to write your own college essay. Usually the reason those essays got the people in is because the people who wrote them were really unusually talented, and there's a really good chance that that's probably not going to apply to you. So I want to take a moment to encourage everyone that when you're writing your college essay, you're almost always better off writing a simple, clear narrative where you describe an important facet of your personality or experience that would then relate to your future goals so that these colleges know exactly where to place you. If you do that, you'll have a much better chance of getting in than copying some viral essay on TikTok. So make sure you guys adjust those points for the next application cycle. If you have further questions, go ahead and drop those in the comments.